The antivirus market is overloaded with providers claiming they're the best, but that doesn't make choosing a good one any easier. That's why I'm here to offer honest advice and help you find the best antivirus 2024. Okay, I've tested plenty of providers in the past year, and there are some not so great or even dangerous tools out there. Poor malware detection rates, antiviruses that don't actually block malware, and that's not even half of it. So I've carefully compiled an updated list of the best antivirus 2024 options with pros and cons. The first provider I want to cover is TotalAV. Once considered an underdog in the antivirus world, but absolutely living up to the underdog becomes superhero trope. Independent testing scores show excellent malware detection rates, both with 0-day threats and up to 4-week-old malware. This means that your device is protected against both older and newly discovered threats, which can be harder to fight off. In my own testing, where I plant 10 malicious files onto my PC and run a full system scan, TotalAV scored the highest ranking of 10 out of 10. These were all detected in around 18 minutes. However, I can't instantly quarantine them. This means that threats are still on my device as the scan runs and could cause damage. Having said that, there is real-time protection, so usually threats are detected as soon as they try to infect your device. In my opinion, a feature like this is crucial, and I wouldn't recommend a provider without it. Luckily, TotalAV Antivirus has this enabled by default. Performance is important too. That's why I should mention that TotalAV took the longest to finish a full scan. Despite this, I wouldn't say my computer was any slower with TotalAV running in the background. They also do have system tune-up options with the entry-level premium plan. Detection and performance are part of the antivirus 2024 pie, sure, but only a few slices. Throw in TotalAV's ransomware protection, and you've got yourself a stellar offering. Though, to be completely transparent, I've got to say the WebShield ad blocker extension isn't as user-friendly as I'd like it to be, and can be a bit of a mixed bag on mobile devices in terms of blocking ads. Then there are the more expensive add-ons you get with the higher-tiered plans. This includes a full-fledged VPN and password manager. The former is a useful way to protect your identity as you browse, and the latter keeps your login safe in an encrypted vault. I was surprised the VPN has over 50 servers to choose from. I wouldn't say this is a good alternative to a dedicated VPN though, especially if you're after streaming geo-blocked content, because it doesn't work with TotalVPN. Across different devices, your experience with TotalAV Antivirus shouldn't vary too much. I will say that the mobile apps are equal to the desktop version. Is there a difference between them though? The iPhone version can look lacking, but that's only because there are built-in Apple capabilities, so they've dropped the virus scans. Otherwise, both have complementary features for their OS. But finally, is TotalAV worth it? Though there is a free plan, it's truly stripped back and can only really remove current malware from your device. That said, to get all the security features, the most expensive plan is the only option. The entry-level plan for under $30 for the first year offers solid protection. That's pretty average when looking at other competitor plans. But all things considered, it is definitely one of the best antivirus 2024 options. Another provider I want to talk about is Norton Antivirus. I noticed on Trustpilot that nearly 60% of reviewers gave it 5 stars. Speaking of detection rates, Norton has a glowing pass record with av.test.org across all major categories. This goes back years too, and is really impressive when compared to other market leaders. As for my personal testing, this time Norton didn't do as well, detecting 8 out of 10 malware samples. Norton's full scan took around 10 minutes. It was the quickest out of my testing. A caveat is that it was fairly heavy on my system resources. I will say that despite having a lower score in my personal testing, I can't deny that Norton provides a high level of protection. Looking deeper at notable capabilities and features, the Smart Firewall is impressive. It works as a two-way silent firewall, meaning it monitors traffic going in and out. This is great, as a firewall is just as important as real-time protection and a must-have from any supposedly best antivirus provider. There's the isolation mode too, which is an additional security measure that lets me browse with ease. If it happens that I do visit a harmful site, it'll make sure that my device doesn't download any harmful content. I'd honestly say it is a full cybersecurity arsenal, but that's not all. There's plenty more of additional security features. One of them is SafeCam, which blocks unauthorized access to your PC. Like TotalAV, the password manager Manager and VPN are also good additions. It's just a shame that a lot of the extra features open up in different tabs, meaning a beginner could get a little flustered at times. Having said that, the main features are still accessible from the main dashboard. Norton is a fairly streamlined provider. Scanning options can be found on the drop-down menu under Device Security. What's cool is your security status will often be seen here at a glance. And I found the desktop version quite easy. But if there's any trouble, there's an introductory guide. Regarding mobile apps, I'd say the Android version has a couple more features than the iOS and is arguably the best antivirus for Android. Norton has been called expensive at times, but I don't see this as the case. Despite it having no free version, their entry-level plan is the same as TotalAV, just under $30 for the first year, but do you get the same protection? Well, it is possible to only secure one device at that price. With TotalAV, they're a bit more generous. I will say the cheapest plan is basic and fine for a novice. Their standard plan and up are tailored more towards advanced users, throwing in the VPN and dark web monitoring. As usual, if you're considering this provider, I have updated deals in the description for you to try out. Another popular antivirus provider I wanted to do a fresh take on is Bitdefender. Reputation-wise, it can't get any better. It won AV Comparative's Product of the Year more times than any other antivirus provider. So it's no surprise that the AV Comparative's test results are great. But it's time for my own testing. All right, 9 out of 10 threats were detected. While not perfect, it's a great result that sits comfortably just under TotalAV. Looking at duration, Bitdefender Antivirus took around 17 minutes to complete a full system scan. But what's more impressive is the low impact the provider has on my PC. This is because of their scans utilizing cloud technology, so the impact on your PC is lower, and it is hardly noticeable when running in the background too. Looking into their cybersecurity tools arsenal, there are must-haves like the Advanced Threat Defense and Ransomware Mitigation. The former is basically real-time protection, and the latter defends you against dangerous threats that encrypt your precious device files and hold them captive. Another feature that amps up the value is anti-spam, something I appreciate because it works with my mailbox, scanning the contents, metadata, and even header for signs of spam emails. Bitdefender 2 has a password manager, a VPN, and even webcam protection. Nothing groundbreaking compared to what we've already gone over, but I will say the system optimization tools are cool. They helped clear up space on my device, and there's even an option to do a privacy cleanup too. So, Bitdefender is a reliable option with a good offering in terms of performance-focused features, and even security. But what about ease of use? Once you've got Bitdefender up and running, it is a breeze. Though keep in mind that the installation can be a bit slower sometimes. Their UI is nothing revolutionary. It's a pretty classic take on antivirus dashboards. To the left, you'll find the main sections, neatly categorized. The desktop and Android apps are full-fledged versions. I'd go as far as to say it's one of my best antivirus for PC options, but I wouldn't really recommend Bitdefender to expert antivirus users who want to use iPhones. It's fine, but just a really stripped back version of what they offer. Speaking of what they offer, is it worth the money? Well, there's actually a totally free version. Just like many other free plans, they're really basic, so I wouldn't call it the best antivirus on the market. Now, that takes me to the premium offerings. Are they reasonable? Starting at under $30 a year currently, their Plus plan is the cheapest I've mentioned thus far. With their reputation alone, not to mention their advanced architecture, I'd say this is a great value. A provider you may be surprised to see today is NordVPN, and specifically their threat protection. But bear with me because I've added it for good reasons. The first is that the company has a strong security background and reputation. The second, NordVPN Antivirus is a good option for someone who wants a layer of protection, but cheap. It gives the ability to browse without worry and blocks malicious trackers, ads, and sites. While calling it a full antivirus would be controversial, what I like most is that it can detect downloaded malware. Though I wish it had a scan option like a dedicated antivirus provider, I didn't face any UI quirks and any beginner will have a smooth time. Just to make things clear, this service has two options depending on your device: Threat Protection and Threat Protection Lite. The former works only on Windows or Mac OS. This version is more fully realized, with the ability to scan downloaded files. If you're looking to use the mobile application or browser extension, it's called the Lite version, which checks URLs on the DNS level, and it works only if your VPN is connected. It can detect malicious websites, though. In general, the threat protection feature is simple, yet effective, and at a reasonable price. Now, going with a particular theme here, I want to talk about Surfshark Antivirus. Again, a VPN provider that's branched out, but for a different audience. I found Surfshark Antivirus a lot more of a cybersecurity bundle, offering a VPN, antivirus, safe search, and alerts with their Surfshark One plan. Unlike Nord, they have a scan option, and though it isn't lightning fast, it detected 8 out of 10 planted malware in around 11 minutes. I will say that I'm happy they've made some adjustments by adding real-time protection, but they still don't have a firewall, which in my opinion is a necessity. I did a lot of testing with this provider recently, and I have to say it's a reliable option. What I like most is that the company has such a transparent background, so I'm really glad they branched out. Overall, Surfshark One does feel like a good value, having so many dedicated tools housed under one roof. I'd say it's really competitively priced. Just know your only option is the full bundle. You can't get the antivirus as a standalone plan. But hey, why not cover all the bases at once, right? Now, to cut time, I've got 2 notable mentions I want to quickly recommend. Avira Antivirus is a great free provider that also has stellar premium plans. With impressive independent testing scores, Avira successfully blocked 99.4% of zero-day threats. But what I really like is that they offer pretty much most of what I'd expect: real-time protection, a VPN and password manager, and even a free version that's simple but a great start for any beginner. Having said that, I was disappointed that the free version lacks web protection, so you might want to consider the premium counterparts for more sophisticated protection. But yes, it can look expensive in comparison to the other providers I've mentioned. Though you can access Avira across a lot of different platforms, I did notice Windows users get the most feature-heavy app. With that in mind, I wouldn't call it the best antivirus for Mac, but it has more than enough for any novice user. A final shout out is McAfee Antivirus. Don't jump to conclusions. McAfee has changed a lot in recent years, and I was surprised to see it does a lot more than just basic malware protection. McAfee has a password manager, a VPN, encrypted storage, and tools to speed up your browsing and protect your documents. I will say I didn't run into any problems navigating their UI. There's clear scanning options, but the iOS app doesn't have as much to offer as the Android and desktop versions. A big factor why I've added them is the independent testing scores speak for themselves, detecting 99.6% of a whole host of malware, and they boast impressive security features like a firewall. I'll be honest, looking at their pricing can be a little confusing, and they aren't the cheapest on the best antivirus list, but I will say they have so much to offer regardless of your online habits. Even experienced users can fall victim to cyber threats. That's why not only using an antivirus is important, but finding one that has all the features you need for your daily activities is crucial. I can't tell you what to get, but I can say that all of these top antivirus options are trustworthy. Whether you need a cheap and a reliable fix like TotalAV or a lightning-fast provider like Norton, that's for you to decide. Just promise you'll get protected. Before you leave, how did you find this best antivirus software video? Did I skip something you're dying to know about? What should I work on? Let me know in the comments, because I want to keep providing you with the best content possible. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one, and I'll catch you in the next one.